Welcome to the final episode of From Poundland to Paradise for the 2023-24 season. This is your guide to all things Mat Sadler. I'm Mo Fowl. He's Isaac Hutchinson. Let's get straight into April 2024. So, Joe, we just watched pretty good 5-1 loss away at Wimbledon.
You can tell what this podcast is going to be like. Oh my god!
But overall,
no,
would you say
you've got to laugh or you're going to cry? So
you do, yeah. I mean, for me though, I just think if DJ would have played, we probably would have won 6-5. You know what I mean?
Just start DJ.
If DJ would have played, we'd have won 6-5, and the other teams would have lost, and we'd be in the playoff picture right now. So what can you do? But what did you make
Sadler strikes again.
Before we come on to all the results, I mean, what did you fresh in your mind, that great result? What did you make of the performance today?
No, it was pretty shocking. The first 20 minutes was okay, though. In all honesty, it was okay for the first.
Can't remember it for all the misery.
But yeah, just rapidly went downhill. And yeah, I don't know. Just fell apart, man. I don't know about this month. Hasn't been great.
No, it's been up and down. 7 League 2 games to finish off the season. 3 wins and 4 losses. A couple of real missed opportunities in there that could have got us in the playoffs. But overall, you know, the fact that we had a chance to qualify on the final day of the season, I think we couldn't have ever expected going into the season. I think.
Yeah,
but if you're realistic,
I totally agree. Yeah.
If you're one of them who's like, well, you know, like, we should be, is that good? Is that an accomplishment? Is it? You know what I mean? We should be getting one that it's like, we've been 18th every year for like 5 years.
Yeah, 17th.
What are you on about? Like, it's just, how is this not better than before? I don't understand.
Yeah,
but whatever.
It's been a weird season, super weird season, but yeah, like you said, it can't be bad. There is no way that you can say this season has been bad compared to the last, well, since we've been in League 2, really, I guess.
Yeah.
Except for like 2015-16, I think, isn't it? Highest we've placed, I heard, since.
Well, definitely. I think since we came back down, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's a good 8 years. You know what I mean? So really, turned it around, like we're turning it around. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
definitely. I think we're heading in the right direction. We started off the month really well by bouncing back from that last humiliation at the end of the last month, the 5-0 loss against MK Dons, by beating Salford 2-1 at home, which we were at. Yeah. And good times, good scenes. Started off well. Then we went to the 6th of April, Tranmere away, another win, 3-1. Matt on the score sheet again. Matt really turned his performances around at the end of the season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
9th of April, lost away at Donny 2-1. At the time, we might have been, well, even at the time, we knew the run they were on.
Yeah, so it's but
now, in hindsight, now looking, I mean, they've just finished 5th in the league. They were like near the relegation zone a few months ago. They've won like 12 in a row.
Dave turned it around.
I don't think I've ever seen a turnaround that. I mean, maybe when Steve Cooper did it at Forest in the Championship, something similar. You don't see many runs like that. So we lost to, on form, the best team in the league by far over the last sort of like the second half of the season, you'd say.
I remember when we were that's what got us so high, that run, remember?
Yeah.
That when we had the best form in the season.
But we had it just didn't go long enough. That's
exactly,
the thing.
Yeah.
Theirs went on forever.
Well, if we could be consistent then maybe, but like you said, we started with last month was 5-0 loss, then we're winning at home, and then it's just been crazy.
We're very mixed on. We've gone from like Drawsall to the opposite. It's just win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2.
Yeah. Man.
Some of these scorelines are pretty poor. Some of the defeats have been pretty damaging, but what can you do? We went on from the Doncaster loss to record a second loss in a row. That one was particularly bad. That was when I was in Wales with the family when we lost 3-1 to Notts County.
Oh god, yeah.
They play such an open start. Yeah, they score goals, but god, they leave it open for you too. We missed so many chances.
So many. That's what I mean again today. Should have been at least so many chances. So many chances, but
really
but then
poor.
Does that give way to the DJ question?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
suppose we'll have to come on to that.
Yeah, we'll come on to that, definitely. Yeah,
I think it's been,
in all seriousness,
it's a tale as old as time in our fan base, and it half of us believe that if he plays, he'll score goals when he has chances, like he did in the next game, 16th of April, when he bailed us out. 2-1 win at home to Swindon when he scored in the last minute.
Yeah,
fair
thank
play.
God we beat them.
But then you ask yourself, if he started every week, would our style of play be dramatically different to the point that we'd be a worse team and we wouldn't finish as high? I would argue yes. And we'd be 18th, I think. Some people disagree and they feel that we'd be top. But they're wrong and don't actually know anything about the game. You know, that's a difference.
I can't say that. But
it's one of them. There's the people who agree with me, obviously, have a brain cell, you know what I mean? They can watch the game properly and actually analyse it and just clash in the middle. And there's the other ones who are like, well, if DJ played, we'd be like top of the league. And it's just, I just don't agree, but whatever.
This is the end of the season trolling.
Yes, it's the full-blown trolling.
Full-blown.
It doesn't matter. Our fan base may as well just be a massive toxic shit show, you know what I mean? Because our club is, so it's good. But anyway, Bradford at home on the 20th of April. So after that Swindon win, we put ourselves back again in the frame for playoffs. You're thinking, oh my God, it's actually possible. I remember leaving the ground going, wow, this could actually happen. So then we follow it up with, 2 class losses to end the season, isn't it? One, you're winning 2-0 at home against Bradford.
Wild.
And we gave them some hope, but they shouldn't have had any hope. I mean, going into that game, they should have been thinking this is the longest shot ever.
Yeah,
we are at home. We've got a really decent chance. If we'd have won that game, we would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead, we go from winning 2-0 to losing 3-2.
Like you said last month, I watched the podcast back, obviously, and you were saying it feels like we're bottling it. We might be bottling it, and we kind of have, but still, obviously, a great result for the circumstances. And
they probably need to work on that, the squad's mentality maybe. But
but they fell apart, obviously.
They've come this far, but they need, for next season, we should be pushing to definitely be at least in the playoffs, if not pushing for automatic, for 100%. Reasons we'll come on to. So they maybe need a bit more steel to just get that bit further. But that Bradford game, I was on a work trip in Manchester, sadly, so I couldn't go to the game. But I did have the luxury of with the work colleagues, we went to watch Bolton versus Port Vale, so I got to see Port Vale get relegated, which was kind of amazing to be fair. That was hilarious.
A good feeling.
I was checking my phone obviously every 5 minutes, barely watching that because I sort of had to go to it. I watched it was cool, but I was mainly sort of like looking at our scores all the time every 5 minutes. And to see that we went from 2-0 up to losing 3-2, and then to see how everything else went wrong. Weren't like Doncaster or Barrow or someone were losing. We needed them to lose. They were losing like 2-0. They ended up winning like 4-2 or something. I think it was Doncaster again.
That's it, Doncaster, really,
they're the opposite of us.
They didn't go on this one. Nah, well, we've bowled it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
they are the opposite of bottlers as well. They're literally like 2-0 down and they're like, nah, we're just going to keep winning. We'll never stop.
Oh, man.
It wouldn't surprise me if they won. They've got to be favourites for the playoffs now over MK Dons. Even I think
I'd say so. I don't know.
Best team in the league and have been for like 3 months. So
their form alone definitely. But I don't know what everyone else is doing in the playoffs. I'm not going to lie.
There's been a lot of giving us a chance, and that's the thing. Crawley have been pissing it away.
That's evident. But
did Crew end up dropping out of it? I think. In the end.
No, wait a minute.
MK Dons, Doncaster.
Can we just
Barrow ended up dropping.
Can we just get the league up?
Get the league up really quick. I think Crawley ended up sneaking in there. And Crew, I think, stayed in there, and Barrow fell out. I mean, Barrow had been in there. It's kind of mad that they've fallen out. They've been in there for weeks, if not months.
Yeah, months, I think. Hold on.
Crawley just about hung on by a thread, I think. So it's MK, Donny, Crew and Crawley, is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, these teams were all giving up. We shouldn't have even been in this race. They were all choking it so hard.
Barrow
couldn't take advantage of it.
Barrow flopped as well, to be fair.
Super flopped.
They've been doing. They were like third or second for a good while.
Crawley have hung on, but they've flopped it majorly as well. Proper bottled it. And Donny are like the opposite. You know what I mean? They've gone from being like 18th to just winning like 12, 13 games in a row.
Crazy.
And they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They're going straight in there. They're definitely going to batter Crew, I think. And then
I didn't mind losing to him, but again, like you said, I thought that Bradford was going to be. Not a given, but it was going to be like they can. You know what I mean? This
when
is a serious game.
Up,
you know?
I mean, even going in maybe is one thing, but when you 2-0 up, it's unacceptable then not to win.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's just mental.
I don't know what's happened.
The Doncaster game,
apart,
fine. We should have lost that. They are way better, evidently by their results. But it's just you can't be 2-0 up against Bradford and then not hold it out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous. And that took us into today, which is the reason we had this flimsiest of chances, which no matter what happened in our game, we never could have caught them because Donny and Barrow and other teams got the results they needed. But we shouldn't have been in that position because we'd have started the day with 3 points more than we had if we'd have beat Bradford, which we should have.
Crazy.
And then, but the thing is, though, then that's fine. But to lose 5-1 against a team with nothing, not even the slimmest hopes of...
it's mad.
To play for, that's a really, really poor. And
it's appalling, It's
a bit of a disgrace for them fans who have travelled all that way. I hate to be that, Graham Souness or whatever, and the travelling fans have... But I mean, they have travelled all that way.
Angles, it's just mad, Don't know how...
It takes the piss, literally.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened, to be fair. What has happened? Like, who's coming in and out? Knowles has come back. What has changed, you know what I mean, in this month to make it... But March wasn't that good anyway, so it's like... It was just more, I guess,
I
just
don't think
injuries,
there's been a huge change. It's just we're always like that. Even if we have got injuries or we ain't, we're always up and down. It's always a few good games, a few bad games. People like to say, like, oh, that run gassed us up when we had... Sadler's always been shit, but we had that one run, like where we won... 5 games or whatever, and everyone, it's like, like, it ain't like them are the only games we won. I mean, there were lots of other times season where we'd win 2 games, lose 2.
Yeah.
In general, we're just not consistent enough.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's cost us.
Yeah. So we finished 11th.
So we ended up finishing 11th. Yeah. So it looks a lot worse than it is, though. I mean, we have to remember, again, because the fan base is so toxic, there is always that, how can I
think it's more the online...
That's it, the online fan base. A guy on Twitter said that to me earlier, actually, and he had a point. I need to remember that it's not the fan base, it's the very select few Twitter people.
They like to get the point across as well.
They're very aggy, and it's always like, how can I put this? They'll look at that and go, 11th, that's ammo for me. Because, we finished like 14th. I said, how much better is it?
To get what they think should happen type thing. They think DJ is going to, be the 15 goal scorer again, like if he starts every game, you know what I mean? And they just want to get, if they're not right, it's like, well, it doesn't matter what, like. So
then you're praying for the downfall.
It's crazy.
And
so
really you haven't got what you
they might
want,
not even realise it.
Sadler to flop it because he hasn't. But you can say, 11th. Look, 11th, 14th last year, or
get
15th.
Sadler out, get DJ starting.
And it's like, mate, it's completely different. Last season and all the other seasons we've come down, there's never been a hope of anything. Yep. We were on the last day of the season, could theoretically, and not even that mad a chance, we could have.
Yeah, but
gone to the playoffs.
I know, it's crazy.
So I think we're going to do a proper season review in the summer, because now the season's over. We're just gonna toss around. It's going to be a short
one, really. Yeah.
Maybe at the end of May, we can do a big. Look back on the whole season and let it all, give it a bit of time to settle, and then we can talk
think
about it. But what's your mini review for the season?
Mini review for the season, just up and down, like we were saying. It's to be expected with a new manager. It's like, I don't know. You can say Sadler out all you want, but if he's not going out, then what else? What do we do?
Don't get behind the boys, that's for sure.
That's it. It's just
because if he ain't going, then I ain't supporting.
That's the mid.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, bro.
The internet, makes it seem like everyone.
You need to wake up and grow up a little bit, my friend. You know what I mean? This is DJ FC. I want DJ to be the player, manager, and chairman. And then I don't care if we finish like 28th, like more places than there are. If they invent new places to.
Crazy. Well,
yay! So then we can move on to, because I've already said.
Well, what's your mini review?
Yeah,
I guess it's more or less the same.
I would say definitely bottled it, but
sadly,
the fact that we were in the position
it's his first
to bottle
managerial job, you know what I mean? Except for the interim ones he did.
Yeah,
it's
an
amazing.
amazing job when you get, and then people go, the budget and all that, and I'm like, no, come on, calm down.
If
acting
we did
like
this,
we're Wrexham or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We ask what is nowhere near like one of the best in the league. It's average, it's mid-table.
Yeah, just like there's not many teams that are much better. Just Stockport, Wrexham and Mansfield are clearly better than every single other team.
And then the difference
all the other
is
ones
very
are just
minimal.
Minimal, exactly.
From 4 to 20.
If you get on a good run, you can get up there. Just like
but
Doncaster.
Then you get a couple of absolute stinkers like Forest Green and Sutton.
Yeah, of course.
Sutton to a lesser extent. And then you got the few outliers at the top. And then the rest, it's very fluid, you know what I mean?
So
depends on form, motivation, the manager. If you get a striker in who's got a hot streak, all these little.
Yeah,
it's not like you can't say, with that squad, you got to finish fifth or whatever. I think no, with that squad you could finish fifth or even fourth.
We did say
could also finish 18th.
I'm pretty sure we did say with this in past podcasts we have said that we should be pushing for the playoffs with this squad, and we have been. We've sadly finished 11th, but that's because it was so crazy there.
It's so tight up there, yeah.
So I think more or less what we said was our hopes have come.
Absolutely.
So can't complain really. In a way,
you can't.
You can say, oh, if we had like Graham Alexander, or like the people that were being talked about, for example, at the start of the season, signed a proper manager, then we would have done this and that. But who cares? Like, that's irrelevant. We've got him, and they're not giving up on him.
For sure as well. It's such a It's like a mind game or whatever that you can't actually prove it. I mean,
there's no way.
Yeah, maybe they could have, maybe they wouldn't. Who knows? You never know until someone goes in there.
It's all what ifs, isn't it? And we've got Sadler.
It's all what ifs.
And it seems like he's definitely staying now. He's signed the contract.
He's renewed his contract, which is what I wanted to come on to. I think that there is definitely loads of reasons to be optimistic about this season and definitely the next. Because the disparity between the teams isn't that big, like we said.
And we've lost the main players.
We can definitely be like competing for the playoffs next year for a number of reasons. I mean, the teams coming down are shit. Port Vale,
oh man, I can't
Carlisle,
wait to beat
Fleetwood, Cheltenham. So these teams are like, I'm not saying they're shit or whatever, but like it ain't like, put it this way, I'd rather lose Wrexham and Stockport and Mansfield, who are going up, and them replacements ain't on par with them.
Exactly.
Wrexham right now are a better team than Port Vale are in League One.
So it should be us, Barrow, a couple others,
Yeah, we should be right up there.
Whoever
challenging for playoffs and automatic. And I will admit that if come the end of next season we haven't qualified for the playoffs, it's probably fair to let him go then.
Yeah,
I think that's fair enough.
As long as they do, time, though. As long as they what's called give him full reins to get the squad together how he wants it, and how all the other coaches and everyone. He has got good coaches as well within there, so it's like good, it's not just staff. Mat Sadler. It's not like Kim Jong Un. You know what I mean? It's like he's got loads of people around him.
Yeah, the coaching staff in general are doing a good job.
You know what I mean?
And we are playing better football than we have done since we came down to League Two. That's another thing I think that people don't like to admit. Maybe we're only getting the goals from set pieces because people aren't finishing or whatever, but we're creating chances. We're playing fluid, attacking football, pressing. We're passing the ball.
And obviously, again, if the lads could stick to that, and it's hard with injuries because your team's changing, then we'd obviously be in the playoffs. Obviously, but shit happens, so you just got to go again. And I'm happy.
Remember there are a bunch of other teams in the league as well who are trying to do that. You know what I mean?
I'm happy to have Sadler.
He's got my vote for now, definitely.
He's definitely got another season,
Look at it at Christmas, because you've seen how quickly things can turn around. I mean, look at what Donny just did, especially in the lower leagues, and especially with that whole new manager bounce. So I'm not writing his obituary, I'll support him. But if we get to December and it's absolute shit and we're 19th, by all means, get rid of him. Bring someone in, see what happens. But I think based on this season, it's been... to think that there are people who actually would be happy for him to be sacked. I just, honestly,
it's just beggars
belief.
And then we've just got another person to get adjusted to everything, to start building a team. I can't
imagine that you can think
get their identity into the team. Like, it's mad. It's mad. He obviously, a lot of people would say then, it's his first job, he hasn't got an identity. But like I said again about the coaching stuff, it's building the identity that stick with him. At least another season. Obviously, like you said, if we're doing dog shit and if we're hovering by the relegation zones, then get rid of him. But
I agree with you. If it's mid-table come Christmas, it's fine. Carry on.
Yeah, of course.
Plenty of time to get in the playoffs from there. And that's what we should be aiming
after
for.
January. Obviously, if we're in danger, we can think about it. But no, if we're in danger, get rid of him after January. But if we're just mid-table, then I guess you could even think about it then. But I don't know.
I think it
all needs time. There's too much temporary. We just need to build a proper team. Get rid of all. Obviously, we're going to lose the loans now. Let's get proper signings in that we can go for.
I think the good thing is though, this season compared to one's gone, we've got way more tied down. Obviously, we're losing a few loan players, but it ain't like before where it was like everyone basically was turning over. There's always a high turnover in the lower leagues, but there will still be unless I'm wrong, there should be a lot of players who are still going to be there regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's good.
There's a couple.
Make an effort to sign on the ones who haven't signed.
Yeah.
The loanees obviously will go back. But in terms of loanees, I mean,
we've got some good ones.
The lads at the back have been brilliant. The two young lads.
Yeah, Akagbu and
it's a shame that we probably aren't going to get them back, especially Adegboyega. He'll definitely be playing in the higher level, at least League One next year.
Yeah, definitely League One.
But, and Akagbu, I would say. But like Fall, for example, he's done all right, but it ain't going to be a huge loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I ain't going to care that much that
that's
we're not going to have him.
We can get someone else like that. I think we can get someone else like DJ as well. Really, that's what I mean about everyone hung up on DJ, because we can get someone else like him. But I think, I don't know, there's a couple of people. I don't know, Hutch is. I don't know. Yeah, he's still a bit consistent, but inconsistent. But Hutch is. Don't want to lose him. Definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that we might lose because he is definitely the best player at the club as an actual technical footballer for sure.
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely.
He stands head and shoulders above. And in terms of the stats, I mean, I think he's got 11 goals and 11 assists, I think, which is really good.
Well, he's got 12 after today's penalty.
There you go. 12 goals, 11 assists.
It's good, man. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So we've got reasons to be optimistic. We've got a core of good players there. Add to it.
Yeah.
The manager will have had a year. So again, we haven't got to have all that upheaval of a whole new manager wants all of his own new players. Because again, you should only go for that if it's really necessary.
That's it. Yeah. If you're looking like you're going to get relegated.
Just finished 19th.
Yeah.
Like when they got rid of Flynn and brought Sadler in the last couple of games, right? Because we were just absolute shit.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Because nothing good. But I can't imagine how you could go from that to like the last day of the season, you can get in the playoffs and people go, I'll get rid of him. What do you expect?
Yeah, do you expect him way too much?
The progress needs to be...
It's crazy.
I just don't get it. And then people will say, oh, well, he ruined our chances of getting in the playoffs. It's like, he made the chances. Under Flynn, you were in the relegation zone pretty much. And now you're nearly in the playoffs. He created that environment for that to happen.
Yeah.
And then, they bottled it. But like...
And that's what's annoying about the DJ thing as well, because it's like, you're all screaming for DJ and singing for DJ because he's not come on. But... like, that's so shady on all the other players. Like, every single other player.
It's actually winning games and getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, they were winning. They're winning games without him, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, we've been inconsistent. That's why we didn't get there. But we did pretty fucking well without him, you know what I mean? So, it's a mad mindset to have.
This cult of personality thing in general is just not healthy, I think. That's the thing I don't like about it.
That's it, yeah.
It's not healthy to have this obsession with one player.
That's why we take the piss out of it.
Because then you're not showing love to any other players, and I just think...
It's a team game. If it was tennis, then you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know, it is what it is. So I think, like we said, manager, keep the squad together. Teams coming down, really not that higher level than us. They'll be losing loads of players as well. When all's said and done, Vale, Carlisle, these teams, they're not going to be much better than us on paper at the start of the season. Versus losing Wrexham, Stockport, Mansfield, who were all head and shoulders.
I mean, if you think about it, like, in respect to who's coming down from League One, last year, Morecambe, MK, and who else came down?
Well, there would have been 4, and I can't remember.
Oh, shit.
But there would have been, 14. FGR ended up being bottom of the league again.
Yeah.
2 times in a row or whatever, didn't they? But there were some big teams came down, MK Dons, for example.
And they still haven't... I mean, MK finished in the playoffs, but that's it.
But then the other couple have sort of finished mid-table. It's very normal that a team gets relegated from League 1 to League 2 and they end up in mid-table.
So.
And nowadays, it's more and more normal that the teams who have come up from National League end up pushing for playoffs and going higher. I mean,
that's wild.
These smaller clubs like Barrow and stuff as well. I mean, they've been in the league for a few years, but still, they're traditionally not a big club. But they're getting up there every year now. It's just so I'm not afraid of the teams that are coming down at all. I'm very happy to lose.
100%.
Because it's all right saying, oh, well, Wrexham, then we schooled them at our place. Yeah, but they win all their other games, don't they? That's the fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no points for you left because they're winning it all the time. It's like, I think I'd rather not be chasing 3 teams like that. I mean, there could be even an automatic shout. Anything's possible, I think, in League 2 next year. It's going to be wide open. Now we get rid of them. Playing on FIFA hack teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stockport and Wrexham just like a
Notts County have still got... I don't know if they'll be able to keep fucking Langstaff.
If they do, you'd think they'll be up there.
Yeah,
if they learn how to defend.
But that's about... And that again, you know what I mean? They'll make signings, obviously, but
they're so open, and that's the thing.
They're just so open.
They're amazing to watch, I've got to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think they're probably my favourite team.
But that's my only... thinking... And then probably someone from the playoffs, but that's it. You know what I mean? So like you say, it's wide open. I'm hopeful for next year. I'm very, very hopeful as long as they sign a couple of solid additions.
Yeah,
up front mainly.
We'll need some but there's been some, like, looking back on the season, there's been some revelations as well. I think if we can keep Jammer, he's turned around a lot. It showed that injury really did take its toll on him. The first half of the season, he was just dejected. I mean. I would love to see him starting every week next year. Yeah, can we get Josh Gordon back?
Great.
Because if we could get him on a permanent deal, that would be fantastic. I don't think that would be realistic.
Sick. But this bunch of lads, like they keep saying as well, I feel like they are quite gelled. But it's the injuries, obviously, makes inconsistencies. But yeah, I think
you're always going to have that. That's the problem.
Keep the core, like you say. Hardly any really. We need a couple at the back, a couple up front.
But look at the likes of Allen, that he's come through so well. We've got Liam Gordon nailed down, if I remember correctly. Exactly. Comley nailed down, who's been amazing. Did not see that coming.
Revelation.
He's been unbelievable. McKenzie will be back.
Yeah,
he's been brilliant when he wasn't injured.
When he was playing, he's incredible. I think one of our best players. So many
options. I think we have more than we usually do. I think in terms of good players who are staying.
Yeah.
Normally we've got a few players who are staying.
And we're thinking, sign loads. You know what I mean? We need to sign loads.
Sign 20 players. No, it's like
I swear this. Yeah, at the
mostly
start of this,
backups really.
That's it.
So I think we've got loads of reasons to be optimistic. But before next season, we're going to do some pods in the summer. Maybe some interviews if we can.
Yeah, I want to get interviews or guests or something, or just
maybe get like a round table going with some
First
other
of all, thank you for anyone who's got this far into the podcast. But also, if you could,
thank you if you love DJ and you still hate watching. By the way, if so, you are an absolute legend.
So you're an absolute legend. But also comment anything you want. But also just comment what you want us to do, what you want to see. Let us know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we'll try and make it happen. Like if
we could do some fun stuff. We could do like a quiz or something.
What kind? Yeah, exactly.
We could definitely
Quizzes, interviews.
We've got to do a season recap for sure, though, and dive in detail. Compare it to last season. Look at the goals, the assists, the points, everything.
The stats in full. Like even.
Let's see really if Sadler is a fraud. You know what I mean? Because I haven't dug deep enough.
If the PE teacher really fucked it up on it.
It could be that he's an absolute fraud and we just didn't know it. But all right, any final thoughts, mate?
DJ
in, my friend. Thanks so much for listening to From Poundland to Paradise. Joe, where can they get us on socials?
Yeah, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It's all from Poundland to Paradise, except for Twitter, which is a Walsall FC pod, sorry. And like, comment, share and subscribe. We appreciate all of that
subscribe,
a lot.
Tell your mates. Tell your mates on Twitter that like I saw this channel I hate because they love DJ or whatever. Yeah. Whatever it takes, I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as you tell them that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Sadler in, up the Sadlers.
Yeah.
Peace. All right, let's make this quick. I've got a heroin prostitute dinner after this, so we better get moving. We're not rolling, are we? Oh, cool.
All right, stop.
Welcome to From Poundland to Paradise, your guide to all things Walsall FC. I'm Mat Sadler. He's Mo. Let me do it again.
I'm putting that at the end.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Okay, no, one sec. And
shouldn't have done that. Fucking ruined that.
Well, I'm sitting up at the fuck this bitch.
Welcome to the final edition of From Poundland to Paradise for the 2023-24. All good, boys. Hello and welcome to the final edition of From Poundland to Paradise for the 2023-24 season. Welcome to From Poundland to Paradise, your guide to all things Mat Sadler. I'm Mo Fowl. He's Isaac Hutchinson. Let's get straight into April 2024.
Boom. The sweep.
Was that
yeah, we'll keep it. Yeah,
we could do one more.
We'll do that again and we'll keep it.
Yeah, and then do the sweep. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.